It was a night with a full moon and my dogs were very restless. They barked non-stop. They came towards me trying to warn me of something. But between their barking, I could make out a howl that didn't belong to them. Would there be a new pet in the neighborhood? I looked through the window. Wow, the house next door had electricity. They rented it out again. It had been empty for 3 months since my previous neighbors moved in. Suddenly, I saw the door open. I crouched under the window. I didn't want them to think I was a gossip or a peeper. Who knows, maybe I could have the man of my life as a neighbor. Slowly, I poked my head in to see who it was. He was a young man, but no, he wasn't going to be the boy of my dreams. He was in his underpants. What was he doing on the street almost naked? From what little I could see, he seemed to be very strong, but his love for exhibitionism took away all the points. I kept watching him and saw that he was moving very slowly. He was hunching over a lot as if his stomach ached. He trembled and put his hands on his stomach. Suddenly, he fell to the ground. His body was shaking as if he were having a seizure and something was coming out of his mouth. Oh God, he could be dying. He looked like he was convulsing. I grabbed my phone and while I dialed the emergency number, I left the house to help him. When I went out to the street, he was gone. He had probably gotten up and gone back inside his house. This situation was leaving me uneasy. When I turned to go back, I heard a noise behind me. It was the neighbor. It was on the other side of the sidewalk, behind some bushes. It was still squirming, and suddenly, he dropped to all fours, sniffing at the grass as if searching for a scent. That man was crazy. I walked towards my door, but he had heard me. He turned his head and I started running. I couldn't escape. He pounced on me. With a claw, he tore my shirt. He buried his long fangs in my leg and sat next to me like a faithful dog. That full moon night, my stomach felt empty as if I hadn't eaten in days. My guts growled and I writhed on the floor. It was as if my bones were breaking from within. My muscles grew and I was darkening. I got up and looked at myself in the hall mirror. I was covered in thick black hair. My face was slowly wrinkling and a muzzle came out of my nose. My eyes turned yellow and my ears managed to move freely with every sound I heard. My clothes tore and I fell on all fours. Without owning my actions, I howled, looking at the ceiling. I'm not the same. The smell of people penetrates my nose. I imagine them in my mouth, crushed between my fangs. Blood dripping on the ground. Blood. I need to fill the void in my stomach. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.